Okay, so this is the tricky one, finding the area of a trapezium. This is the one a lot of people stumble upon. So I'm just going to write up at the top here the formula that we calculated in the other video. Area of a trapezium. Okay, and that was, I'm hoping you guys can start to remember this one, especially if you're thinking back to the little experiment we did with the pictures where we turned one around and we duplicated it, spun it around, and we found the area of the parallelogram and then divided by 2. So we've got A plus B multiplied by the height divided by 2. Okay, where A and B are the parallel sides, so that's the two sides here. Okay, that's A and B. Now it doesn't particularly matter which is A, which is B. Okay, you're just using them both. Height is the perpendicular height as it's labelled here. On this one it's 6. Okay, so let's just look at the area of this one here. So I'm going to write that formula out down here, just so we can work perhaps below it, which might be a nice idea for this one. A plus B. I'm going to even put a multiplication sign in there just so I don't forget that's what I'm doing. Divided by 2. So I'm going to substitute my values in now. I've got A and B, or A and B, either or. We're just adding them together. Pop an equal sign here. We're going to have 5 add 7 multiplied by the height, which is 6, all divided by 2. Now using BIDMAS, I'm just going to finish calculating this now. So 5 plus 7, which is 12, and now that kind of gets rid of any need for brackets. There's no point having one number inside brackets. Multiplying that by 6 over 2. Okay, same as above. And that's going to equal 12 multiplied by 6, which is 72, divided by 2, which is 36 centimetres squared. Okay, hoping that was okay to follow. Just a simple case of substituting in. So once we're happy with this bit, once you've got this bit remembered, and even now I still have to kind of mentally think how I'm flipping that around and what's going on here, it's absolutely fine to remember. That is exactly why I showed you how to do that, okay? Because it's not a nice thing to try and remember. And then we're just going to look at these values and substitute them in. The most important thing that you remember from this is A and B are the parallel sides, okay? Quite often you'll be given these two values here as well to make sure you really do know what you're doing. And you need to know, you're not interested in those, you want to know the parallel side values. And they're not always on the top and the bottom, as my next example is going to show you. Okay, so I'm just going to pop a line down the middle. Okay, so this example here, this is still a trapezium. Okay, it's got one set of parallel sides. It's a quadrilateral with one pair of parallel sides just there. Okay, just because it doesn't look in this, you know, in this kind of almost symmetrical appearance, it doesn't matter. We're only interested in having that set of parallel sides there. And that's what it's got. So it is a trapezium. So the same formula works. So I'm going to work from this one right above. There's no point to rewrite that. My A and B this time then. So my parallel sides on this diagram are here. Okay, these are the two. These two aren't parallel. They're going to, I could perhaps just sketch these. These are going to meet somewhere up here, aren't they? They're not parallel. These two are. They could go on like train tracks forever. They're never going to meet. So these are my parallel sides, so straight away I can change A and B for 4 and 3. 4 plus 3. Okay, we're going to multiply that by the height. Now this is an interesting one because it's the height we would imagine to be this way, wouldn't we? We think how tall it goes on the picture. But in this case, the height is the distance between our parallel lines. Okay, so on our previous picture, I'll just bring this one back, it was the distance between the two parallel lines. And on this picture, it was lovely because it was how we would imagine the height to be, top to bottom. On this one, it's a little different. Okay, it's still the height, but the picture's a different rotation, isn't it? So it's the distance between the parallel sides, which is 4 centimetres. Okay, and then we're going to divide that by 2. So using BIDMAS again, we work inside the brackets first. So 4 add 3 is 7. Multiplying that by 4 from the outside, dividing by 2. The next thing in BIDMAS is the multiplication. 7 multiplied by 4 is 28. Divided it by 2. Okay, the only thing I'm changing is the bit I've worked out. The rest of it stays the same. 28 divided by 2 is 14 centimetres squared. Okay, so there's two examples there. Let me just pop their pictures with them so you can see which is which. Let me see that one. There we are. So two examples there. I'm hoping they've been useful, particularly this one. This does quite often get chucked in there to throw people off. People forget what this shape is. It is a trapezium. Okay, if there's one thing you take from this, please remember that shape is a trapezium. Okay, I'm going to upload these now. Let me know if you need any more examples. Happy to do more if you need them. Thanks, folks.